Hi everyone. I had some things planned for this week's video, but they were all falling through because I'm doing Vlogmas, so I'm doing a lot of prep for that. A lot of my reading is contributing to vlogs for Vlogmas, and so I was like, God, what am I going to upload today? Like, I have no idea what to upload. And then Ellie was an absolute champion and tagged me in a tag video. So I was like, I'll just do this tag video. So thank you, Ellie. You're a lifesaver. So this is the finish the book tag. So I will link Ellie's video. Go watch it, go subscribe, go support her. She is just so lovely. So yeah, I'm going to answer the questions for this tag. So again, thank you for tagging me, Ellie. You didn't know it, but you were doing the Lord's work. So this tag was created by Headless Books. That is a cool name. So the first question is, do you keep a list of books that you have read? Not really. That's too organized for me. I'm too unorganized for that, but I do have Goodreads. I would like to switch to Storygraph at some point, but that day is not today. Maybe in the future. I record everything I read there, so it's all there. That includes my manga as well. I did used to do bullet journaling. I did have like monthly wrap-ups in my journal until then, but I just haven't had time to keep up with that since starting BookTube, which is sad. I'm hoping I can get more time to do that again, but at the moment that has been put to the side. Question number 2. If you record stats, what kind of stats do you record? I do not record stats because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really a stats person. Like, often when people talk about stats, I'll like skip over it unless it's someone I really like and want to support. I will watch it, but otherwise I just skip. I just don't really, I don't know. It's not that I don't care. It's just not something that, okay, I don't care. I was trying to say it nicely.
I'm a horrible, horrible, horrible person.
Because it just doesn't interest me, and I don't really know why. Maybe because I'm an idiot. Like, I'm too much of a dumbass to appreciate that, probably. Question number 3. Do you give star ratings? If so, what do you score books out of, and how do you come about this score? Okay, so like, I feel like I've got a bit of a system down pat, but it's really funny because I feel like I'm very, very like critical, really think about it with every single rating except for 5. Because 5 is pretty much just vibes, which is what Ellie was saying, how she just rates on vibes. I rate 5 stars a lot on vibes. Like, sometimes if a book is really, really well written, regardless of my feelings, I will give it 5, but majority of the time those sort of books get a 4.5. 5s I really, really like gatekeep, you know what I mean? I'm like, that is for very specific books, and they're books that may not even be brilliantly written, but they have this very visceral reaction in me. Like, there is something about the book that I just combust reading. I don't know, it's just like, it's a whole other experience for me. It's a very personal thing, and half the time I don't even know. Like, I could read some utter shit and give it 5 stars. Like, one of the Ice Planet Barbarians books almost got 5 stars because it's just a personal thing, whereas all the other ratings I'm a lot more critical, but 5 star, I don't care. As long as it gives me what I'm looking for emotionally, I give it, which I feel like probably is not very smart, but maybe I should do like a separate rating for that, like a 6-star book. It's just what I do. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And with my ratings, I don't do like a generalized rating. It's like, I'm rating this on the genre that it's in and the audience and the goal of the book. So when I rate like an Ice Planet Barbarian book 4.5 stars, and then I've read like a classic that's very renowned and I give it like 3 stars, I'm not comparing them. Like, they're not comparable, so why compare? I'm rating the Ice Planet Barbarians 4.5 for a smut, and I'm rating that classic a 3 for a classic, if you get what I mean. So I'm thinking about things in their genre, their audience, their goals, that kind of thing. So my ratings are kind of, this is a rating for that specific thing. It's not like an overall thing. And really, the only one that's like just all-encompassing is the 5-star. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, I know, but it makes sense in my head. And I also do the 0.5s because I get that technical. I need a 0.5. Like, I used to be like, that is so silly, but now I'm just like, no, I would die if I couldn't do the 0.5s. Like, I really need to be able to do that 0.5, because there is a huge difference between a 3 and a 3.5, you know what I mean? And a 4 and a 4.5. There's a big difference, and I need to have it. And I also kind of rate on the actual quality of the book in terms of like writing, structure, characters, all of the technical stuff, and then, you know, more of an emotional response. Like, I can give a book 4.5 stars, but it didn't get much of an emotional response for me, but I think it was a very well-crafted book to the point that it overtook that, whereas some books I think are really well written, but they're boring as shit and I just don't care, and that can buffer it down. So I really do think about the two, and sometimes one can overpower the other, but sometimes if not, and one is very weak, it will bring it down. It's the same as I might get a really good emotional response with this, but it could be absolutely shitly written. And a lot of the time I'm a lot more lenient with, well, it made me emotional, and that's kind of the point. So I'm not going to be too critical on the actual writing. That's just personally me, because at the end of the day, I personally read for enjoyment, for emotions. I like to learn stuff from my books. Everybody's different, so every rating system is unique. So just because I gave something 4 stars and Ellie gave something 4 stars, and we could give it for the exact same book, but there'd be a different reason why. I feel like I should do like a video on my rating system, but I also at the end of the day know nobody probably gives a shit. Question number 4, do you review books? You know, I'm gonna say no, which might be like, you literally have a booktube channel, but I don't like the word review, because I feel like a review is a professional thing. You know what I mean? Like, when I think of a book review, I think of like someone who's got their shit together, someone who knows what they're doing, and I do not. Like, I am purely here to just talk about my stupid feelings. So I don't really know if they're technically reviews. Like, sometimes I might talk about the way something is written, but some books I don't even think about that. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing, okay? I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm more on booktube just to have fun, to be creative, to encourage people to read, to promote different books, to just share my love of reading, to talk to people, to make friends. I'm not here to like review books, if you know what I mean. Like, my wrap-ups are just terrible. Like, they are disgustingly bad. So I am not a professional reviewer. And there are people on booktube that I would consider to be pretty good at reviewing books. Like, there are a lot of booktubers here that know what they're doing, so I'm not saying that no booktubers are reviewing books. There are definitely some. I am just not. So I don't, like, I guess I kind of do review books, but not on a high level. I think I just talk about my feelings, which is probably to some people a review. I don't know, but yeah. I guess yes, but also no. Because I think about things too much. You know what I mean. If you watch my videos, you know what I do. I ramble shit, okay? Question number 6 is, how do you pick your next book? So this is really funny because the answer to this is so different now I have my booktube channel. So before I had booktube, the way that I picked books was just I read whatever the fuck I wanted, which is hilarious because now I don't do that. Like, it's pretty rare that I get to just mood read now, which is actually funny because I read more when I'm not mood reading. I think mood reading doesn't really work for me half the time because I get a little bit overwhelmed, like, I don't know what I want to read. And I'll do that thing where you pick up a bunch of books and you start it, but you're like, I'm not feeling this. But if I know I have to read it, I'll read it. You know what I mean? Now the way that I read is so heavily influenced by vlogs. I also like to participate in readathons because I think it's really important to, you know, support other creators in booktube. So I love participating in readathons. I love hyping up other creators. That often means that what I'm reading is to fit prompts for readathons. I also now have a TBR game, and so that also restricts my reading a little bit. But yeah, most of the time it is my vlogs because I do a lot of themed reading vlogs. But I have so much fun with that. Like, that's not a problem for me. All right, question number 7. Do you have any other rituals when you have finished a book? Not really. I never really thought about having like a little ritual. Like, do I get to have a chocolate? But sometimes I read so much that that would be really unhealthy for me to just be eating that much chocolate. I don't have a ritual. Maybe I should make a little ritual. That would be kind of cute. And question number 8 is, who do you tag? I don't think I'm going to tag anyone, but if you want to do this video, go right ahead. I would love to see your answers. I think that this is actually a really interesting tag. So I'd absolutely love to hear your answers. So you're all tagged. Even if you don't have a booktube channel, just answer the questions in the comments. I want to know your answers. Do it. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around with me because I haven't been posting a lot. There is so much content coming in December. On the 30th, I have my booktube anniversary, so I have a video coming up for that, and then I'm doing some reading sprints and games to celebrate, and then Vlogmas. So that is so exciting. So there will be a video every single day leading up to Christmas. I will be stopping after that. I'm not doing the full December. I'm not going to be that annoying. Also, I'm still going to be very annoying. So yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you next time. But until then, bye!